I wanted more for you. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest.
Thank you. I thank you for your honesty. I mean,
I don't know my man's.
Yeah, no.
But I wanted more for you.
There's no such thing as dating down when you're talking about Jaquees. Any words like that coming from a guy, it should let you know what type of man that is. I'm sure he's not a man you would ever want to date. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I don't like how you speak on other men. That's kind of weak to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like you're insecure. You know what I mean? Like Jaquees are walking here right now. Your nuts are probably shriveled. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And by him being a gospel artist, he's supposed to have more of a, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But hats off to him. God bless him. You know, I wish that he go on and do what he do, but he should never speak on me. He don't know me. Yeah. And then for all guys, the young fellas coming up, you don't gotta, if you want a woman, you could just get the woman. You don't have to talk about the other guy to get the woman. That's just one-on-one.
I wanted more.
Now, Jaquees, y'all, we gotta talk about this. Ain't no way Jaquees feeling himself like this. Oh my God. All right, y'all. It's your girl Bella, and I'm back up in this thing. And we got to talk about some things because what I noticed is that we all go to bat for Shador and Shiloh, but we leave our niece Deiondra hanging a lot. So I got something to say because y'all, I've been sitting back watching this whole Deiondra Sanders and Jaquees situation unfold. And let's just say I'm all choked up. What is going on? This can't be true. Okay. Sorry, I was on mute. Now, like I said, I was sitting back watching this whole fiasco. And that clip right there, because I try not to look at the clips, right? I just try to be as surprised as you guys. And my thumbnail on point. Why does it seem like this man got undercover smoke for Deiondra? Why does it seem like he's it's just not genuine, right? And I've seen this behavior before in men, and it's usually short men. And I know what you're saying. Not all short men. Of course not. All short men carry this complex, but majority of the men do. So why does it seem like every time something happens, right, in this little relationship, it seems like Deiondra end up defending herself all the time, right? Now let me say this right now. This is entertainment. This is commentary, and it's just my opinion. But today I'm putting on my auntie hat. Mm-hmm. And when Auntie Mo get activated, I'm going to speak up for the women when I think they're not getting enough support. Like I say, we ride for Shiloh and Shador. Let's ride for Deiondra, y'all. She really need us right now. But before I get into that, why don't you go ahead and check in? You know where you at, Black Cultures Lit TV, where Black culture isn't just talked about, it's celebrated. And sometimes we have to check these fools, and sometimes, we give them praise. But if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, all that. Now, ironically, that's not the only interview, y'all. And I've saved some clips. But let me tell you why I'm speaking up. Now, before anybody starts typing in the comments, yes, I support Black men. Okay? And yes, I celebrate Black men. Yes, I love seeing Black families win. But today, I'm standing with Deiondra because I've been watching this family for years. I've watched Coach Prime. I watched Shador, Shiloh, Deion Jr. I've watched this family take criticism from every direction imaginable. And now I'm watching Deiondra go through her own public challenges. What bothers me is how quickly people are willing to judge the woman. Why y'all be doing that? The internet, oh my God, they tore her ass to pieces. But the internet always got opinion when it's a Black woman. We know that. But where is the grace? Where is the understanding? Where is the, I know somebody who's been through that too? Because you do. And let's just be clear. And I'm just going to guess a percentage. I'm going to say 77% of Black women regret at least one of their baby daddies. Yep. So let's have some grace. Let's have some understanding. And let's have some support. That's all I'm asking, y'all. So now, we know, right, from watching this family, that the Sanders men have a kind of like a family protective energy, right? One thing I respect about the Sanders family is that they ride for each other, right? When one gets attacked, they show up. When one gets criticized, they show up. When one gets celebrated, they show up. That's family. And honestly, y'all, I think that's why so many people connect with them. So many Black people specifically, right? Because whether you love them or hate them, they're going to stand together, right? So if I was Deiondra's brothers, how would you view this guy talking like this? And he didn't, disrespect her. But it's an old saying that my grandmother used to say is that, and I know you probably hear it, I can't remember it word for word, but it went something like, sometimes a man only is interested so that he can make you feel, how like if everybody look at you a certain way, his whole goal is to make you feel that, to make you feel different, to knock you down, right? And I believe that's what happened in this situation. Because we know Deiondra brothers are going to protect her. And then her dad is going to protect her. But today, Auntie Bella is going to do the same thing. Because sometimes women need other women, and just no jealousy, no hate, no malice, none of that. Somebody like that in their corner, right? And this is, to me, why public relationships are so hard. But before I get off into this young, well, what is he? I'm going to say little man, right? As you can see in the opening video, instead of taking accountability, he thought the interviewer, Lecrae, was on the slide trying to holler at her or trying to give her signals. But Jaquees, the man, is married and has like 4 kids. And he's been around the family. But he looked at it like he was flirting with Deiondra. Like, come on, dude. Come on. And if you missed it, I'll show it again for you, just so you can have a clear idea of what happened. I'll play it again. Okay? Let's play this again. Did you see how he went around the corner to avoid the fact that not only Lecrae, but half the internet is wondering the same thing, Jaquees? We all feel like she deserved better. And you know, people like to go on your path. Oh, she dated Boozy, or she did. So what? Because let's be real, relationships are difficult enough without social media, fame, public scrutiny, and millions of people's opinion. And this all you got to say? After a man is telling somebody that he adores, or family that he's adores father that he's adored, that he wanted better for her? And that's what you got to say? See, when I'm talking about the Napoleon complex, I don't want to generalize. A lot of short men behave this way. And it's true. So let's go to the next interview, which is with a streamer. And he's doing the same thing. He, you know, if Lecrae was flirting with Deiondra, well, you was flirting with the streamer. Let's get into it. You know, he called it. He called his own self what he is, a fuck boy. Wasn't no behavior. That's who you are, dude. And I'm gonna tell you something what I've noticed, because when they first had the baby, when he started walking, I used to see the videos pop up with him, and I always felt like he was forcing, like you videotaping everything, like it just felt so fake to me. But hey, I'm not here to judge, but that's just how it looked to me, right? But back to this video. This guy contradicted himself like at least twice. Like I said, I'm going to think of it in a second. My grandma used to say, a man sometimes a man can intentionally get with you just to knock you down a few notches. And I'm thinking, were you trying to have a Sanders baby? Like, were you trying to use her genes? Like, hey, you never know what these dudes be on. But I'm going to call it out. Because maybe I'm going to say something that Deiondra want to say but can't, right? Because to me, this is content for him. And that's how I felt. That's how I felt when I saw him with Snow. Like it was content, you know, over the last few months. Now he can use this as content. Because you know, every misunderstanding is going to become a headline, and every comment is going to become a debate. And some of these comments is wild. And he just really admitted, yep, I was in love with the girl Dreezy. She ain't gonna be stupid. I don't want people to think she's stupid if we be back friends. That is an indicator that y'all gonna start back kicking it. And who cares? You could have left Deiondra out of it. But let me tell you my theory, y'all, before I forget. I think he got with Deiondra and started going around her family. And you know, the Sanders are some alpha men, right? They're aggressive. They are touchy, hands-on type people, right? I believe he became intimidated at the masculinity, intimidated at them being alphas, intimidated that they was protective of Deiondra, and so he needed a way out. And see, hold on. Sorry about that. But this is my theory. I really do feel like that, because what happened? And we heard Deiondra say that they were like, we finna let this nigga come into our family. So they already felt his vibes, right? I believe his Napoleon complex kicked in. I really do, around those alpha men. But his behavior is toxic and exhausting. Let's finish, y'all, so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Because this is not just it. It's one more. Mm. Too old. See, this is the narcissism that comes out when people, and it could be a girl too, a woman too, when they start doing it, talking like this, what they would like. He's lying. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want that for her, because if he wanted that for her, he would be with her. Okay? So that's how you can catch the narcissism when you don't know what you're feeling. This is what it is. That means publicly get back together, okay? Who the, who is who is gassing this little man up like this? Because I'm not a Jaquees fan. He's talking like he's 6 feet tall, y'all. Deiondra, you cannot spin the block with this man because it's gonna continue. He's gonna always feel like he has to outprove you, outshine you because of who your father and your brothers and who y'all are. He will never be comfortable with all those alpha men. He will never be comfortable, y'all. He's gonna always feel like he has to knock her off her square because that's the Napoleon complex. So can't spin the block, niece. And he said with who, which he really is trying to eliminate Deiondra. But I don't think she wants you either, dog. Ugh. I don't get it. Yeah, so man. See, this is what I think he's missing. And the internet. What I think the internet and Jaquees is missing is that Deiondra isn't just somebody's girlfriend or ex. And I get it, y'all. She made some mistakes. We all have. She's a person. She's a daughter, a sister, a mother. And those roles matter. Sometimes social media reduces people to characters in a drama series of some shit. But they're human beings. She's human. She's really shown that, especially with the last interview with Lecrae. And then she did spaz out. But that's why I think we need more balance in these conversations. So I got your back, Deiondra. And this is not an excuse. I think she did pretty good on holding herself accountable, not feeling like she was worthy. And girl, we know, because look who you chose. And I'm going to tell you something else. Since you used her for a baby, Jaquees, I hope, and God forgive me, but I hope Snow don't get past 5'6". Sorry, Snow. I hope he take after all your traits. Because I'm telling y'all, you would be surprised how a nigga would try to use you in the ways that he would try to use you. So if I got any young nieces out there and you attached to money or you attached to genes like the Sanders genes, be careful, y'all. Deiondra, you got to be careful from here on out. You will be surprised who would try to get you pregnant, Deiondra. Now that's auntie game right there. You have to be careful with who you sleep, even who you sleep with, Deiondra, because they'll put one in you with no intentions on being your man or husband. They want that baby because it has some great DNA. And unfortunately, that's just what it is, y'all. Now, I hope that wasn't even showing. God dang it, y'all. Could y'all hear that video? Or do I need to play it again? Anyway.
For a real good time.
And then he had the nerves to make a song titled Lick Back. Who you getting your lick back on, Jaquees? Lick back? You see what I mean?
On that outside dick, she want a nigga to come pass over her house.
Who is you getting your lick back on? So I'm going to play the video again because I don't believe you guys heard the interview. Can y'all let me know in the chat if y'all heard the interview?
But okay, that makes sense. Now I know there was a little bit of drama between, like, you know how they would say the love triangle between you and a Dejlo for you and a Dreezy. I know you and Dreezy was together for 5 to 6 years. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, we always rooting for you and Dreezy. So
A lot
my
of people
thing
was. We kind of grew up together. You feel me?
exactly, and those
It's
are the most important relationships, you know, in terms of you becoming a man, she becoming a woman that age.
And those are the type of relationships where it's like a lot come with those type of relationships because you have to grow within the relationship.
Right.
And growing pains is hard sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like with me and Dreezy, now I got a lot of respect for Dreezy. You know what I'm saying? Like
don't take off yet, Alex.
Outside of anything, like the way that we ended was a little sloppy.
Yeah.
Because it went online.
And it was random.
And I wasn't all the way. My heart went all the way out of it. You see what I'm saying? Even though, like, in my mind, I thought that I was ready for something else. Like, you're not really ready for something else until you're completely done with something.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like.
But okay, that makes sense. Now I know there was.
You could tell he ain't got to get a lot of attention growing up. Let's keep going.
Time being younger, how old I was moving fast. And I knew what I wanted because I wanted a son. But I also wanted a family. But I knew a son was at the top of my mind. It had been on the top of my mind since I was in.
No, you wanted a son by Deiondra because she got some great genes. Because your short ass could never produce an athlete. And I'm going to tell you again, nieces, y'all got to be careful who you lay down with. Especially if you attach to somebody with good genes and money. Because they will try to put one in you with no intentions on being with you at all. I really believe this boy used her for her genes.
In a relationship with Dreezy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I got with Deiondra, of course it happened fast.
Yeah.
And of course everybody seen the internet stuff, what I was saying and different things like that. If I could go back in time, I would have never said all that, but I wouldn't even got there because I would have made sure the chapter was all the way closed with me and Dreezy, so she won't have to go through embarrassment, so Deiondra won't have to put herself out there thinking there was other stuff like that.
You felt like you was just being a nigga.
I was being a nigga, and you got to think at that time, my head was like, I thought I was just like doing the right thing, but at the same time, you were being a fuck nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the way
you was how old at the time?
I was 29.
A grown
but just like the way I was handling it, you know what I'm saying? Like the way I was moving about it, and I don't want people to, like, if me and Dreezy like ever decide to be friends.
Yeah, like what are your
I don't want her
towards
to time being younger, how old I was. I just
towards her now.
I got love for her always.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want people to not feel she's just a real one.
Yeah.
Hard to come across type. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, damn, you could do all that to me, like, you know what I'm saying, starting a relationship. Because
why don't he just say, yes, me and Dreezy are going to get back together? Because he's basically saying it without saying it. Ugh. He is a fuck nigga.
Being in a relationship with a person for a long time and then starting something new, even though I love what I was in, regardless, it still will hurt a person to know, like, damn, they sacrificed 5-6 years with you, and then you could easily move on. But in my mind, I thought that was what was best for me. But one thing I don't regret is my son.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's everything.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he my whole.
Yeah, because you really, really, really tricked her on that one.
World. But I just want everybody to be able to be in the world and be respected. Like I want Deiondra to be able to be happy. I want her to be able to go places and people give her their respect. She go out, start businesses, be able to make money, you know what I'm saying? Provide for our son, be a great mother, because she is. I want Dreezy to be able to go in her career, do what she do. I want, like, and if, like I said, if me and Dreezy decide to be publicly friends or whatever, I don't want people to look at her like, oh, she's stupid, because she really not.
Yeah.
It's like,
That means publicly get back together.
Y'all have so much history.
And not even history. Some people
towards her now.
I got love for her. I always just got that much love for people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, damn, like, I really believe in a person that you could become. And even if you became that person without me, this is still the person I was rooting for. I feel like that's what real love is. Like,
unconditional.
When you want to see somebody
win
regardless. Like, you know, you root for them, because it might be hard to root for a motherfucker like me. You know what I'm saying? Because I done did shit that ain't been publicly displayed, but it has. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's only what you see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like, for me, I feel like I'm glad I'm able to talk about certain things and be a realist, because she deserves all the respect. In her game, she a dope ass artist. Yes. Dope ass writer.
Yeah, he talking about Dreezy, not Deiondra.
Dreezy is hard.
She wrote a song on my last album. You feel me?
Really?
Yeah, it's called Start Over.
No, that's right.
Yeah, like she wrote the whole shit. Like,
Pen Game is actually crazy, chat.
She cold, so
yeah.
It was a lot of little shit, and even with everything I do, like I'm just at a point in my life now where I just want to be free. Yeah. Like free from just got that much love for people.
Yeah.
Anything attached to me that's negative, because we all got a past. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to be positive.
Do you see yourself ever spinning the block?
With?
You tell me.
I mean, I don't know. Like I told somebody, I did some shit in the A of the studio. I forgot the name of it, but they was like, "Have you ever spent the block?" I'm like, "I've spent the block before."
Yeah.
Now, how do you spin the block again? I don't know, because I'm at peace.
Yeah.
Well, where I'm at in my life now, I'm the type of nigga where I like to just vibe.
Yeah.
I don't like to really set plans on love.
Yeah.
Like I like to just like go and see what it's gonna be.
That's that
intentionally though. But you know what I'm
saying?
So
who would you intentionally spin the block on, Jaquees?
Oh, I can't just say who I would spin the block on, but I wouldn't say that there's not anything I want. Everything I done fuck with been certified.
Hello. Okay.
Yeah. I'm saying, like,
sorry, you just have to get a little bit of Jordan real quick. My bad.
Anything.
Wow, y'all. Disgusting. Care what nobody say.
But
I truly honestly believe the video where he went to Colorado, and this is when the baby was first born, and Coach Prime them laughed at him, y'all, at his height. And it seemed like ever since then, after that, he started having problems with Deiondra. So, Deiondra claps back, y'all. Well, first, Jaquees made a song about getting his lick back. I don't know how you're gonna get your lick back on a woman, but anyway, he got a song talking about getting your lick back. And Deiondra claps back. Where is it? Hold on. Deiondra out here steady embarrassing the family. She claps back. Right here. So Deiondra claps back, and Coach Prime is not too happy. It says Deion Sanders reacts to his daughter Deiondra venting about her past relationship with Jaquees and feeling like she was just a rebound. You were Deiondra, and he used you to have a baby because you have great genes. Great genes. And like that first baby daddy always teach you a lesson. Yes, Lord. I say at least 77% of us had a baby by the wrong man. First baby. Every day, all day. So let's look at what Coach Prime he tried, Lord. Let's go backwards because this is how it started off. She said, hold on. Oof. Oh. Yeah. Hold up. Let's see where this starts. Because there's so many. Okay, I think this is where it started. Deiondra said, I was so in love that I ignored every warning. My family tried to tell me. Even his ex tried to tell me. Matter of fact, she made a whole song about it. And I still convinced myself that's what we had was real. I just feel hurt and disappointed. Child, Coach Prime said, Lord, Lord, Lord. You know, when you say Lord, Lord, Lord to your child, you is like, please stop. He said, you know every scripture, but you run and isolate yourself when it gets tough. You stop moving, working, talking, and conversing with God. You have a straight out pity party alone. Baby, keep moving, working, blessing folks, and being positive. You can win if you don't quit. Now he talking to his baby girl now. Because like I said, now Coach Prime them giggled at the little man when he came to Colorado. And I believe that triggered him to just do her dirty, man. Because I'm telling you, in a room full of alphas, men like Jaquees fold. This is not. He's being who he truly is in these interviews. You're 29, still behaving like you, what, 16? Okay, so then Coach says, give it to God and let go. God you. Whatever that means. No more. He said no more. But Deiondra ain't listen. She said, I can't wait until my son grow up to know and see the truth for himself. And he will. He will, Deiondra. If you keep him around your brothers, and I know Bucky probably want to, I bet you Bucky and Shiloh want to beat this little guy down. I bet you they do. But they just won't, you know. Then she said, I take full accountability. That's good, Deiondra. She went on to tweet, I was so in love that I ignored every warning. My family tried to tell me. I read that already. Even his ex tried to tell me. Matter of fact, she made a whole song about it, and I still convinced myself that what we had was real. I just feel hurt, disappointed, and honestly, I need some time. Girl, I know. She's going to have to get slapped out of it. She says, people always say I could have had anybody, an athlete, etc. And that's true, but I don't date people based off their money. You finna start, girl. Anyway, the truth is, I fell in love and was sold a dream. Later to find out I was just a rebound. Y'all. How many times have you been in love and about 5 years later you be like, ugh, that's what's going to happen to her. And I can't wait. Because it always do. So that is the drama from the social media stuff with them. And like I said, you can go check out the stream. I think it was a 3-hour stream with her. They talked about a lot of stuff on that stream. And but that's just what I grabbed out of it. So here's my opinion, y'all. Overall, I think too many people are focused on criticizing Deiondra instead of understanding what she's been dealing with. Look at this guy. He admits he's a fuck boy. He admits he was 29, grown-ass man making these type of decisions. And don't forget what I said about A lot of men whole goal is to tear you down, right? That's the whole reason they get with you. So I think people are quicker to defend him than they do her on the internet. And I also think some people see a famous family like the Sanders and automatically assume they don't deserve empathy, right? Oh, you just a spoiled girl and you did this, and they bringing up her dating Boozy. Like, Boozy is not a bad guy, y'all. Boozy take care of his kids and he treated her good. It's because he ghetto, but she's seeing her worth now. And I disagree with that, right? Everybody deserves empathy, even public figures, and especially when they're going through difficult situations publicly. So why am I riding with Deiondra? Like I said, we ride for Shador, we ride for Shiloh. Why not Deiondra? Why not? She's not perfect. And it's not because I know everything, not because I'm related to her, anything like that. I'm riding with her because I think she deserves support too. And if her brothers are standing behind her, her father is standing behind her, then why I can't stand behind her too? That's where I'm at, y'all, with it. I don't like these. It's like he is, yeah. You have to understand the Napoleon complex in order to understand what I'm talking about. Okay? This is not all just my opinion. The internet also been saying that Deiondra deserved better. I think he can't take that. Everybody was saying, girl, you could do better. And I'm going to tell you also, in the beginning, we was looking at you crazy, Deiondra. You have to understand who you are. You are a daughter of a legend. He did not fully value what he had. And he probably still don't understand it. But you have to make people understand that. You invested too much into this relationship than what you received back. And in these interviews, I don't like his energy. He comes off as a very narcissistic, Napoleon style type of way. Yeah. I think he went about this all wrong. And I think he's going to continue. And it's kind of like he's kind of like sneaking and doing it, but it's public. It's weird, y'all. Because when somebody get with someone who they think or pretend, because to me he was pretending like, oh, she high value, she admired, respect. If you felt that way about her, why didn't you do her like that? See, instead of elevating her while you was with her, you spent time in a relationship to try to bring her down to a level that feels more comfortable. Because you cannot tell me that the girl Dreezy is better than Deiondra. But now she sees her value. But let me tell you something about the Napoleon syndrome, so you'll know. And I want to because I want you to understand why he's behaving this way. And it's Napoleon syndrome in the psychology world, but we know it as the little man syndrome in the hood, right? And it's really less about height and more about overcompensation, right? Common traits people associate with it include constant need to prove themselves. Yeah. Acting tougher than necessary. Being overly competitive, which I truly believe he was competing with her. And I'm sure he's going to continue competing with her with the son. Because no matter, and I'm sorry, I know you Snow's father, but no matter what you do, you would never be able to top the Sanders family when it comes to Snow. I'm sorry. And it shouldn't even be that way, but he's going to make it that way because he's going to be overly competitive. That's why when I told you I cringed when he used to show the videos of him and Snow, because it felt so generic. It felt so fake. Other traits include sensitivity to disrespect. He's going to disrespect you, but when you disrespect him, he's just all of a sudden just, oh my God. These are the symptoms that I want you to look for when he's talking. The need to be the center of attention. He has a very difficult time celebrating other people's success. He has a status-seeking behavior. And you heard him in the video, excessive bragging. See, he can't stand toe-to-toe with her brothers, which is why he made those comments in the beginning of their relationship about the son. I think it went something like, oh, you think that's their baby, or something ignorant to that point. Like I said, overly competitive. Always trying to win conversations. These are the traits of the little man syndrome. Taking criticism personally. That's why I said when Coach Prime them laughed at him when he was at Colorado with Deiondra, and they made a crack about how Deiondra can be wearing heels or something like that to that degree. And if you've been following this family, you know they crack jokes, they funny, they play all the time. And he just can't hang with them alpha men. Period. You go back and watch the videos. Well off media. Gotta look for it, but yeah. Feeling threatened by powerful personalities. These are traits of the little man syndrome. I'm not making this shit up. This is who this little man really is, y'all. He needs to establish dominance. He can't be in this family. How can he survive with Shiloh and Bucky and Shador? How? He would not be able to, because he needs to establish dominance, and he's not going to be able to do that with them. And more traits, comparing themselves to others constantly. Their insecurities are masked as confidence. If you looked at the video, you could tell he was masking when he said, what kind of married man would say something like that? He supposed to be into gospel. Why? Because he said she deserved better? Insecurity masked as confidence. And I'm going to tell you the last trait. Public display of bravado, like he just did on that video. People with overcompensation tendencies often spend more time proving they're important than simply being important. Secure people don't have to announce their value every 5 minutes. Their behavior speaks for themselves. The louder the need to prove power, sometimes the more people start questioning whether the power actually feels secure. So, Napoleon syndrome is not a popular cultural term in Black culture. We call it the little man syndrome, but it's the same thing. But it's not an official mental health diagnosis. It's far more of a way people describe behavior, that they perceive as compensation for feelings of inadequacy, insecurity, or being overshadowed. So I want to know, though, when you watch Jaquees, do you think we're witnessing confidence, or are we witnessing overcompensation? Let me know. I hope I helped y'all understand Jaquees. Somebody got to do it. Because when everybody else can see a woman's value except the man she's with, of course we're going to ask questions. So sometimes people don't leave relationships with less confidence because they lack confidence when they entered, the relationship. Sometimes they leave with less confidence because somebody spent years chipping away at it. So the issue isn't whether Deiondra is the daughter of Coach Prime, because that's what you guys bring up with her issues. The issue is whether she was valued like the woman everybody else saw. But the first thing she did was take accountability. And the second thing she got to do is match that accountability and get her confidence up. Okay? So, I've hoped I've helped. I hope people have a healthier mindset. So, that's that. If you like this commentary, if you like this, I want to hear from y'all. It is what it is, y'all. We got to call them out, man. Because we are Black women. We all deserve to be loved, supported, especially with us other Black women online. Because unfortunately, we living in a time where it's a lot of men who is some bitch ass niggas. All right? Drop your thoughts in the comment. Tell me what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. This is Black Coaches Lit TV. Until next time, keep celebrating Black excellence. And I'm out.